Greetings, Gilk! I'm posting 2 videos today because I want to talk about 2 things that are drastically different, and it doesn't make sense to put them in one video. Nope. But basically, okay, so your last video was incredibly important and incredibly depressing. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just that this is a really heavy topic, and so of course the video is going to be heavy, but I'm so proud of you and so grateful that you are speaking out. Because I just know way too many people, I've met too many people in my life who have to carry this burden with them, and rape and sexual assault are way, way too common in our society, and I mean, you asked me all of these questions at the end that were really broad and overreaching, and it breaks my heart every time because I don't have the answers to these questions. I mean, I can't tell you why it is that you and your family and so many other people around the United States have to fight so hard just to be recognized by the law, and it's sad. I can say that I think that it has to do with cultural norms that are in place for many different reasons, and I think that it's really part of a complex social structure that belittles the raped or the assaulted person's value. And I don't think that this is such a personal topic, and it's such a complicated topic that I don't think that there's one answer. I don't think there's a simple answer to your questions about why this happens or what we can do to stop it. I can say, though, that when I'm working on this marriage equality campaign, and this connects, so bear with me, we ask a lot of people why they support marriage for same-sex couples. And some of them will say, oh, equality is a great thing, that's why I support it. And some of them will say, oh, well, it's equal rights, and I like equal rights. I'm like, that's great. But what happens more often than not is that somebody knows someone who's going to be affected by this, somebody who's gay or lesbian or trans or bi or queer or whatever floats your boat. And having that intimate connection with a friend, a family member, a neighbor, a coworker, it really drives it home for people that this is an issue that's going to affect their loved ones, or at least their people that they know directly. And that's why they're voting yes on one. Woo woo. But I think that the issue of rape and assault in some ways can be viewed similarly, because there's so much shame around admitting that you've been raped or assaulted, like you were talking about, and people often don't tell people who are even closest to them, much less, let's say, your neighbor or the police. And so the more that these stories are told and shared, I think that people will start to realize the reality of what's going on. Because the thing is that every 2 minutes, someone in the United States is raped. And 44% of all of these rape victims are under 18, 80% are under 30. And I just think about that for a minute. It's devastating. And then, like, to wrap this back around to our discussion on Planned Parenthood that we had some time ago, when we're talking about women's rights into selection, I want to actually read this part because it's a quote. But the national rape-related pregnancy is calculated to be 5% per rape among females aged 12 to 45 years old. So according to the website of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, this would be equivalent to approximately 32,000 pregnancies as a result of rape every year. Every year. And so when we're talking about cutting access to abortion and cutting access to birth control, this is something that we really need to think about before we decide if, I mean, to me, it's not even a decision. This isn't the government's role, but okay, so yeah, that is my response to your video. Go check out the second video to talk about, so you can watch me talk about something else that's incredibly important to me, and I love you so much. And the documentary that I watched recently was It Might Get Loud, because I'm obsessed with Jack White, and I really like music documentaries. I like political documentaries and social sciences as well, but I mean, that's such a part of my life that actually watching documentaries about musicians and how music is made is really relaxing to me. I really love it, and it inspires me to play music and write songs, which is good because I am such a busy human being. So yeah, I love you. Watch my other video, and I will talk to you soon.